Welcome back to My Wildlife. We are going to be starting off this stream with our baby goat. First, what I gotta do is I gotta warm up the formula. So, boil up some water and get it nice and warm, mix it up a little bit. We got this formula cooking. So, the reason for this is because the baby goats have an easier time digesting the enzymes inside of the formula when their tummies are nice and warm. Outdoors knife making, how you guys doing? How's it going, guys? So we want to make sure we get this formula nice and warm. So we're just gonna give it a minute or two, let the formula warm up. Then we're gonna go outside, we're gonna go out to the barn and we're gonna feed little Frou-Frou, the baby goat. We also need to go and hang out and check out the 2 new cows, which I just got home from work and I'm home alone. I'm banking on the fact that they haven't taken off anywhere crazy and that we're not going on some adventure to find them in the forest. I'm gonna bank on the fact, you know what? I see what looks like a couple humps in the back of the field. So, looks like the brand new cows are both chilling in the field, but we're gonna go spend some time with them. So first, before we go hang out with the new cows, we're gonna go feed the baby goat. How's it going, Market Pulse? We are just getting some formula nice and warm. I just have it in a cup with hot water fresh off the kettle just to let it acclimatize. That's going to make that water or that formula a lot easier for their stomachs to handle. It was funny this morning when I was feeding the baby goat, mama goat wanted to come check it out and she took a sip of milk while she was at it. So yeah, anyway, we're going to head out there any moment. I'm just waiting for this to feel warm enough in my hand. So, hope everyone's having a fantastic Tuesday. Is it Tuesday? It feels like a Tuesday. I think it's Tuesday today. Let's go for it, guys. That feels warm enough. Let's throw on a jacket because up here in northern Canada, it is cold. It is rainy and cold. My house is sitting at 19 degrees. I got to light a fire in a bit. I don't have my wood properly covered yet, and so all my wood is damp from multiple days of rain, so starting a fire is going to be a bit of a hassle, but we're going to make it happen either way because I don't want to freeze tonight. So let's go see this baby goat. We're going to stick with the cowboy hat because it's not cold enough to throw on the rabbit fur hat. But oh boy, let's get out here. There's a chicken saying hello right there. Hi, chicken. Close the door, turn off the light. Okay, let's go see a baby goat. Oh. Eric, how you doing, Eric? Here's Lily girl right there. Eating a pylon? What are you doing? Get rid of that. That's not, you should be eating bones, not Lily. Drop it. This is not for you. This is garbage. Chewing on plastic. What a dog. What a dog. Let's go see some baby goats. Let's get rid of that. Okay. We got to feed the baby goat, so that's where we're heading. We got some food. I can hear her calling for me. Oh boy, Lily, don't chase the ducks. She's chasing ducks and chickens. King Kong, how you doing, buddy? I hear her. I hear the baby goat. She wants food. And Lily wants to come chase cows. We got 2 brand new cows out here on the homestead. And my dog, she's kind of stoked. The cows are a little less stoked that the dog is so excited, but yeah, no, let's let her have fun. They gotta be friends eventually. Okay, it's been raining here for multiple days. Hello, I'm coming in, guys. Oh, mama, hey. You guys see that? So what happened is this little one was born. Oh, sorry, I'm switching you guys between Wi-Fi. Let's turn the Wi-Fi. I think it might be better if I stay on Wi-Fi and if I just move a little closer. Bear with me, guys. We're gonna feed the little goat. So Mama, I don't know if you guys just saw that. Mama literally just picked her up and threw her. The reason for that is because this one, where is she? She's over. Okay, we got baby goats behind us. Mama is not being so nice to Frou-Frou over there, and Frou-Frou's kind of hiding. Come on over, Frou-Frou. Are we connected? Yeah, we're connected. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to find a good spot for the tripod, but there's so much straw in here that this is tricky business. Okay. That looks good, guys. Formula. baby goat, come here. Okay, so Frou over here, she had a hard time getting an initial suck off of mom, and so she got really weak on us. Mama had quadruplets, 4 babies, 2 nipples, and so we decided to start supplementing her with formula, and because of that, she spent a little bit of time away from mom, and now mom's decided she's not one of hers. So I have seen her eating off of mom, so mom will tolerate her sometimes. But you guys just saw, mama kind of picked her up and threw her. So we gotta be a little bit careful. And Javad says, I love kebab. And Rain says, I love gout. And King Kong had said, what's time going on in your country? It is 4:43 p.m. up here in Northern Canada. I got what you mean. This is Frou, little goaty Frou. I got a phone call, so we'll let that go voicemail, and it'll probably interrupt us for another half a second. So bear with me while I feed the baby goat. Little ones are jumping on my legs. It's really cute from my position. Okay, here. Take a break. Let's flip away. Make sure the stream is still good. Okay, I think we're good. Are we clear, guys? You want more? You want more? Good girl. Mom's name is Oreo. This is Frou. And the other guys around my legs don't have names yet. And Billy says, OMG, it's Arthur Morgan. Enoch says, where they sleep at night? They standing or laying down when sleeping? They lay down. They all snuggle. So they all lay down and snuggle in the corner together. We're in a section of my barn that's isolated to just these goats. Oh. Let me know if I just lagged out again. Got a voicemail, and that usually messes it up. But it was from like an 888 number, which is usually just scamming. Let's turn off Wi-Fi. We're flipping back and forth on Wi-Fi with Starlink. Okay, we're good now? Are we good now? Sorry, guys. It's one problem with live streaming from a cell phone is that you get phone calls in and out, and the stream does not like phone calls. It interrupts the stream. And then also, I'm streaming off of Starlink and cellular, and if I'm outside of range, it jumps back and forth. So it's better just to commit to cellular if I'm in the barn. But yeah, this is little baby Frou. Oh, she almost polished that off. She did a good job. We're gonna give her a second. They smell like dogs or deer. Sure. She smells like clean because I gave her a shower yesterday. The boys have their own smell. I would say they have a stronger smell, but the boys are a little bit raunchy. The boys like to get peed on. The girls, though, the girls are pretty clean. So this is one of the girls. Okay. You want a little more food, or are you all done? You look like you're all done. Okay, I'm gonna put you down. Little Frou. Let's let her socialize with some of the other ones here, guys. Yeah, this is little goaty Frou. Oh, she got a good little meal there. And we got to make sure mom isn't too mean to her. But the other goats are all doing really well. The 3 boys. Here, let's flip you guys this way. There you go. Okay, so these are the 3 boys. She had quadruplets. And 2 nipples, 2 udders, 4 babies. So this girl here, Frou, was the runt of the litter. And unfortunately, very quickly, these ones pushed her out of the way. You see the size difference between Frou and these other ones? Look at Big Black over here. This guy's a giant compared to her. Even the White Knight over here has probably got, 25% more size on her. But this guy's a monster. This guy's getting 90% of the milk. This one here is on the smaller side as well, but I'm not worried so far about him needing some replacer formula because mom's letting him eat whenever he wants. So he's getting food. But oh man, this one jumped. Let's get low to the ground where it's nice and adorable and we can snuggle with Frou. But yeah, these guys, they're getting really playful. They're a lot of fun. Look at them do the 4-legged jump. It's adorable. Oh, you guys want to come say hello? Hi. Yes, I was the one who saved you guys and brought you into this world. Hello. Oh, hello. So here's the thing, guys. On the homestead, I don't name the boys because the boys, we either try to rehome or eventually they turn into food. We have enough boys. We don't need any more boys. This guy here, though, in my mind, this guy's name should be Stallion. He's just the Black Knight. He's looking studly. I love this guy. And then obviously we got the White Knight over here. This guy is pretty unique himself too. So I'm going to do my dangdest. I'm going to do my best to get these guys a nice home. Ideally, I've got about 8 weeks. I got to get about 8 weeks to try to find someone who wants them with their nuts intact. Otherwise, I need to castrate these guys because I can't have them breeding with their sister Frou-Frou over here. So I need to rehome these guys before I take their balls off for anyone who needs them with their balls on. Otherwise, they're going to turn into what's called wethers. I'm going to have to castrate them. Got to do it around 8 weeks. So I don't like doing it to them, though, because, you know, I'm a guy. I'm very sympathetic to this. But look at this guy here. And we've got a bunch of comments. We got Cisco saying, hello from Spain. Rain saying, can I have one? Maverick saying, crazy. They are so playful at this age. They're trying to figure out how to move. This guy is so fluffy. Hi. Hello, buddy. Hello. They all want my attention. And the 7 says, have the vet do it under anesthesia. You know what? It doesn't really hurt them. They complain for about 10 minutes and then they stop feeling it. So, you know, if these guys were to turn into freezer food eventually, I'm not spending a vet bill to anesthesia their ball sack. Sorry guys, this is farm life. This is farm life. But ideally, I'm gonna find owners for them that want them intact because they're little stud muffins. They're so cute at this age, especially with this four-leg jump that this guy's doing. Just trying to jump on all fours. Anyway, and Rain says, do you have cows? I have 3. I actually, so I had 3. I ended up butchering 2, kept 1, and now I got 2 more. All the 3 I have now are all females, and so I plan to, one of them's pregnant. I plan to breed the other 2 next year. So we got 3. 2 of them I just got yesterday. So after we're done hanging out with the goats, we're actually going to go over to see the new cows. So we're going to go spend time with the new cows after we're done hanging out with the goats. Alaska Critter Cam, I see you there. How you doing? MK knife making, putting in the work, getting rid of the trolls. What can I say? When we do a live stream with goats, you're going to get some trolls. But they are absolutely adorable at this age. These guys are trying to hang out by my feet, just staying high. But look how much smaller. Like these 2 are the runts. These 2 are way smaller than the other 2. But that's because these guys are big and they eat 24/7 at this age. They're just constant. Oh, good jumping. Good jumping. If anyone has any questions about goats or homesteading in general, feel free to ask. I am here to comment and you know, hang out with you guys. Poor mom with 4 mouths to feed. She never gets a break. But look at this guy. Look at him. Look how fluffy there. Hello. Hello. Oh, man. I am so sorry, guys. I had to scroll down. I didn't realize that the comments were still flying. Kitsune says, what's a male goat called? You know what? They used to call a male goat a billy. Now they call them bucks. So a male goat is called a buck. A female goat is called a doe. And if you were to castrate a male, he's called a wether. Whether you like it or not. And CU says, how do you get the mom to take care of them? Don't they usually abandon them? So she is a fantastic mom. It's purely temperament of the goat. She is fantastic, except she has abandoned this one. Now, part of that isn't her fault. This one was the runt of the litter. And she got, I don't want to say injured, but when mom gave birth to her, she kind of got squished a little bit. And I think it took her an extra few minutes to get her energy up and figure out what life was. And because of that, she was behind the other 3 at getting a start at life. And she wasn't getting enough milk. So I had her living in my house for about 5 days, feeding her every hour from the bottle. And now I've got her back out here with mom. She's getting some off of mom, but every once in a while, mom will grab her and throw her across the barn. So that's not fun. But I'm out here 2-3 times in the middle of the night feeding her. So this little one is keeping me awake at night. last night I fed her at like 11:30, 3, 5. So, yeah, it's busy. Ideally, I'd have to be feeding her on the hour every hour, but I need sleep. I need sleep. So she's getting it every couple hours. So yeah, little baby frou frou. The best part about bottle feeding a goat like this is they become your best friend. They bond so well with humans. They're like little puppies. You know, when you're very hands on with your goats and you're willing to just spend the time, honestly, arguably better than a dog. I am a believer that pet goats can be better than pet dogs. I love Lily. Lily's a good girl. But A, these guys are adorable. You can house train them. I'm not going to because I have a farm, but you can house train them. They don't always get horns, see you. Horns is genetic. It's not a male-female thing. That's mom. She has horns. Only one of my goats does not have horns, but because it's the dad, it's kind of like a 50-50 whether these guys will develop horns. They won't start coming through for like the first, I would say, 7-8 weeks. That's when you start to notice the horns. But the goats, they're you know, when you spend time with them and you treat them like dogs, they come when you call them. They you know, they listen to commands. My other ones, maybe these ones not because they're brand new. This one's chewing on the wall. I don't know. I like goats. They're really cool. They're a lot of fun. How many animals do you have? So I have 3 cows, 9 full-size, like 9 goats, adult goats. The 4 babies right now. I've got a bunch of, I got to stretch my legs. I got some rabbits. Do I got any in here right now? Yeah, I got two rabbits in here. Hello, guys. Sorry, the reason I had to question is because we move them around lots. I got one over there. I got a few other rabbits. I've got ducks, chickens. I had pigs, but I ate them all. Yeah. I plan to get more pigs, though. I do plan to get more pigs and breed them year-round. I've been homesteading here now, off-grid in northern Canada for 2 full years. We just crossed over 2 full years. And so in that time, we built these barns, built in these fencing, got all these animals. It's been a busy 2 years. We're getting 2 donkeys in 2 weeks. No horses, but we're getting 2 donkeys in 2 weeks, like 10 days. Next Monday, I think, the 31st. So maybe that's Thursday or Friday. We are getting 2 donkeys. So it's very busy. It's very busy. Not yet, Derico. They're coming. They're coming. So, yeah, we just got 2 more cows. We're not going to go see them yet because it's raining out there and I want to enjoy the stream a little. We got 2 more cows yesterday. And so the cows are somewhere out in the field. They're somewhere out there. I don't see them right now, but I did have eyes on them earlier, so I'm not worried. I think I see one way back over there. I see the hump way back over there. Got some goats over there. But, yeah, we're just chilling, guys. We're just chilling. I hope everyone's having a fantastic Tuesday. We're going to see if little Frou Frou will take the rest of her bottle. There's just a little bit left. Just a little bit left. So I had to warm this up in some hot water first. But look, she almost finished it. Just a little left. I'd like her to finish it so I can wash the bottle and get her some fresh stuff. So let's grab Frou Frou. She's hiding right behind me. She's not going anywhere. And if you guys have any questions, any concerns, any plans for the week, let's hear it. I'm here to talk. Anything you guys want to talk about, I'm here to talk. I'm here to socialize. I'm here to have fun. Here's Frou Frou. Frou Frou! And another goat's playing with the tripod, gonna knock you guys over. Okay, Frou Frou. I know. You don't want to be carried right this second because I already fed you, but I'd like to see if, yeah. There we go. She'll eat a little more. I want you to finish the bottle, please. You got to finish the bottle if you're going to get big and strong like your brothers. You got to finish it. And do you have a local vet? So the closest vet to me, I live off grid up here in the middle of nowhere in northern Canada. Closest vet's like an hour and something away. But he is scheduled to come, I believe it's next Thursday. I just realized the drain pipe or the vent on my plumbing is popped off. I got to go fix that. But the vet is going to come next Thursday and just do a health check on all the animals and give like these guys some vaccines and stuff, vaccinations and whatnot. But yes, I am a responsible little farm owner. I gave a parasite cleanse there yesterday to the 3 cows, the 2 new ones and the other one. But yeah, Funny and Insightful says, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe. And Dill says, nice place, by the way, thank you. And Elaine is given the hearts. Katrin says, hello. And CU says, get that on live, please. Which part? Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. And what are you feeding the baby goat? This is replacement goat formula. So it's specific for goats. It's a replacement milk. Because she, oh yes, she's smaller than her brothers. And so she gets pushed off of mama too quick. Mama can't give her enough milk because the brothers are too big. So I'm just helping her out with a little bit of extra energy boost. The weekend lover says hi. And CU says the vet visit. You want to see the vet visit? I don't think I will live stream the vet visit. Maybe I can do a long form video, but I got to get their consent. And so, you know, maybe it's a conversation to have, but like, I got to get their consent, and I doubt they'll want to give consent. They're just going to want to get in, do their thing, and get out. Steve says, we have fainting goats. I have one fainter goat. Okay, come here. Come snuggle. I have one fainter goat, but she never faints. She's half fainter. She's just really skittish. She's very skittish, but she never actually faints. And Katrin says, what is your name? Justin. But a lot of people call me Arthur Morgan, but it's Justin. Welcome to My Wildlife. Welcome to My Wildlife homesteading out here on White Pines Homestead. For those who are new, I have a wife and 5 sons, and I live off-grid up here in northern Canada. I've got my off-grid homestead in the middle of nowhere. It is cold. I'm cold right now, but I got to get used to it. I got to spend time outside because right now it's probably about 5 degrees Celsius, which is maybe what, 39 Fahrenheit, 40 Fahrenheit. It's cold. But we get down to minus 45 Fahrenheit up here. It's freezing in the winter, so you just got to get used to it. You got to get tougher. I'm not tough. I just came out of summer. It's been a really nice fall. And Rosa Linda says, you need to try for a girl. Funny and Insightful says, 45-ish. What's 45, my friend? What's 45? So this is little Frou-Frou. Let's face you guys down a little bit so we can see little Frou-Frou better. This is little goaty Frou-Frou. My kids named her. There's a nursery rhyme that goes, a little rabbit Frou-Frou, I don't like your attitude. This is little baby Frou-Frou, not Foo-Foo, Frou-Frou. If you know, you know. Let's okay, let's see if will you take a little more? Will you finish the bottle? Will you finish? Please finish. Come on, just a little more. There's barely anything left. Barely anything. Come on. There you go. There you go. Finish her off. One more sip. One more sip. We'll get there. Her tummy's full. I can feel her belly is nice and full, but she's very little. I need to force her to eat more. And Katrin says, nice to meet you. Thank you. And Cake says, I feel bad because I love to eat curried goat. Hearing the ba, I feel bad. I think if you don't feel a little bit of goat, I keep wanting to say goat, and I mean to say guilt. If you don't feel a little bit of guilt when you eat meat, then I think you're living in a different reality. I think it's natural. I think it's normal. We eat meat, but I think it's okay to feel a little bit of guilt too. I think that's okay. And she is a pretty little goat. She's not turning into meat, guys. She's already. We have a friend who wants to buy her. She's getting rehomed. She's not getting eaten. She's getting sold. She is going to find a nice home. My friend who's going to be taking her said that she'd be willing to take over the bottle feeding. But I think it's really precious to have this time with the animal, so I like doing it. And B, I want to make sure that this goat is fully healthy before my friend takes over, because if something happened to her because she wasn't getting enough food or just didn't acclimatize to the new people, I'd feel really bad. So I want to make sure that she is fully healthy, fully alive, fully ready to live this life. So probably 6 weeks or so. I'm going to be sticking with this for about 6 weeks. And then at that point, she should be good to go on her own, because at that point, she's transitioning to more grain and grass anyway. And so she'll be good. So we're going to go for that 6 to 8 weeks of bottle feeding her. She is, what are you, 10 days old? 10 days old. She's about 10 days old. Oh, yes, Chris. How you doing? Chris Gress says, I want her too. Fidel's Farm Life says, my goat's name is Barbecue. I've had a few goats named Meat, but this one is Frou-Frou. The mom is Oreo. I see little Bast. Little Bast is jealous. Let me show you guys Bast. So Bast was born. Bast, hey buddy, are you leaving me? Basty boy, where'd you go? He just ran around the corner of the barn. Oreo is Bast's mom, and so he's jealous because now Oreo has new babies, and so he's replaced. But he's like 8 months old, 9 months old, so he's got no room to be jealous. And Jacob says, good night all. Good night, Jacob. It is 5 p.m. here in Northern Canada. And guys, if I miss your message, it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's because I'm trying to pay attention to the goat and the farm, and the messages are flying, and I miss some. So sorry. Don't feel slighted if I don't comment on your messages. Feel free to just comment again. See You says, you have a dog? I do. I have one dog named Lily, who is probably out terrorizing the cows. I just got 2 new cows yesterday, and so she is somewhere in the back with the new cows. Apollo and Layla dropping into the chat. Triple Digi views. Let's go. Guys, go check out Apollo and Layla on YouTube. If you guys like half of what you're seeing here, you're going to love his channel. He's a big supporter. I love joining into his live streams. He's live streaming every day, typically 4 to 5 p.m.-ish. Go check out Apollo and Layla on YouTube, guys. He's a great guy. It's a YouTube channel about him and his 2 dogs, plus his other dog and chickens. It's a lot of fun. Great community. Go hang out over with Apollo and Layla. Katrin says, by the way, Justin, how you will hold your child, I can hardly imagine. By the way, I live in Russia. I mean, I'm probably a little more careful with my human child than my goat, but like, she weighs 2 pounds. She's good. She's good. My human child weighs a little more. I'm a little more protective of my human child. She's good. I'm not gonna drop her. And Apollo and Layla says, any update on your fun side project? So I'll tell you guys a quick second. I don't know what I'm allowed to say or not allowed to say, but I am in talks with a casting agency about potentially going on to a TV series. We will see. I got a couple weeks before I find out if we're going to green light this. Got to see the contract, see if it makes sense for them, see if it makes sense for us. But if you like what you see here, subscribe, because there's going to be a lot more awesome adventure either way. Whether we do the show or not, there's going to be a lot of awesome adventure coming up at My Wildlife Homesteading. So, guys, I encourage you guys to subscribe. Russ P in the chat. How are you doing, my friend? How are you feeling? How is your health? I hope you are doing well. I hope things are recovering, or at the very least, that you are just feeling well. Apollo and Layla says, whoa, it's become really real. That's so cool. You know what? I got this email from this casting director, and I thought it was a scam. I thought it wasn't legit, and so I pressed him pretty hard on that. And he said, listen, just join the Zoom call. Here's my IMBD page. I'm real. I'm legit. Join the Zoom call. You'll see. And so I did the Zoom call. It was legit. And so we'll see what happens. We will see what happens. There's nothing in paper, nothing guaranteed, but a lot of exciting times either way. And so, yeah, if you guys like hanging out on the homestead, things are just getting more and more exciting around here. So I encourage you guys to like and subscribe. In 10 days or so, 10 days, at the end of the month, we are getting 2 donkeys. One of the donkeys is pregnant. And so one of the donkeys next summer, I think May, June, is going to have a baby. My cow is pregnant, so she should have a baby in May, June. There's kind of a long story. My cow was with a bull in March. Oh, Apollo and Layla dropping the $10 dono. Thank you, Apollo and Layla. Guys, go check out Apollo and Layla. They are a fantastic YouTuber, guys. I encourage you guys to go check out his channel. He's fantastic. But Hit Ray says, don't call your wife a cow. And he's sending out the membo. Thank you. Deb01 got the gifted membership. I've got 3 cows in the back. I just got 2 of them yesterday. So we are going to go see them. But like, baby goats, man, they're so cute. It's hard to leave the baby goats to go see the cows. Another membo. Apollo and Layla, funny and insightful, got gifted the membership. Katrin says, Justin, do you have Telegram? I don't. I'm only here on YouTube. I do have a Patreon account where I have a free group chat. So if you guys want to chat more outside of YouTube, I encourage you either hit the comment section here, hit the community section here, or go over to Patreon and take a look there. But we got a lot of awesome things going on here, guys. And I appreciate you guys. I appreciate Apollo and Layla. Guys, go check them out. Apollo and Layla, Steven, I haven't got the shirt yet. I know we were talking Friday, 24 to 48 hours, but I haven't got the merch yet. So I don't know if there's been another issue. I haven't seen it yet because I'm looking forward to streaming wearing some Apollo and Layla merch. And Alfredo says, what's going on that farm? We're chilling with some baby goats. There's actually 3 of them here. And then we're going to go hang out, or 4. There's 4. 1 in my arms, 3 on the ground. 4 baby goats, 2 down there, 1 over on the mineral block, and 1 in my arms. And then we're going to go hang out with some cows, but it's raining. It's cold and raining. And so I'd rather stay in the barn until the rain settled down a little bit before we go and hang out with the cows. 2 new cows. So I have Gabby, she's a black Angus. And then I just got 2 new ones, Bobby and Bernadette. And they are Gelvies, spelt with a B. It's weird, it's German. 2 Gelvies mixed with Shorthorn. So they're Shorthorn Gelvies. Gabby's a black Angus. They're Shorthorns. This girl here is a pygmy goat mixed with silky. So she's like a quarter silky goat and 3/4 pygmy goat. So yeah, and Mama's over there with the other babies. I'm holding her because she enjoys the cuddles because Mom's being a little bit mean right now. So we're giving her some snuggles. We'll put her down and see if she interacts with the other boys for a second. And I'll give you guys some angles of the goats playing because it's really adorable. But if anyone has any questions, any concerns, any plans for the week, let's hear it, guys. Bernadette, tired of you sticking that word. Whoa, Alfredo, you gotta settle down, my friend. Let's get rid of Alfredo. There is no place for that. Ain't nobody got time for them shenanigans. We ain't shenaniganing over here. The crowd is too lovely and big and beautiful to have shenanigans. Isn't that right, Frou-Frou? Isn't that right? We don't got time for that. So they're having some milk right now, and they get these little energy bursts. So as soon as they come off of Mom, they just start jumping around and galloping on all 4s. So yeah, let's see that. And Katrin says, such a cute little goat. He's just a little baby. All 4 of them are just little babies. So Mom's telling them to kind of bugger off. She's taking a couple steps away. They usually get this little energy spike like they just had food and they want to go jumping around. Yep. And every once in a while, I forget to scroll down and see the chat when I pause on someone. Avery says, I have 3 Nigerian dwarf goats. I love it when the babies get the zoomies. Here's one right there. Zoomies. Hello, little stallion. Oh, you didn't let me give you the pets. And, oh yeah, that was a good one. Michaela says, Bernadette, I love the name. Thank you. And Apollo and Layla says, checked on your shirt. It says, processed from the sorting facility this morning. I remain hopeful. And Brian says, hey, cute goats. Wendy says, they are so cute. And Nutta says, Mama Goat is the greatest. Oh, yes. This guy's really cool. I like him. He's got a lot of character. And this guy's the giant. This guy has awesome coloring, mostly black except for that white little tuft on his head. And he is big. He's the biggest by far outweighing his others by like double. Prav says, looks delicious. Oh, they're so lovely. It's hard to think of them in those terms at this age. And guys, I want to say thank you again to Apollo and Layla for always showing love and support to the live stream. Guys, go check out Apollo and Layla. They are a bumpin' YouTube channel. Go and subscribe, but go check them out. Live streaming every day. Go check out Apollo and Layla. Katrin says, goats are very smart animals, Justin. They understand everything. That's why we can't talk about eating them in front of them. No. They're buddies. They're friends. Oh, let's give this guy some snuggles. So Stallion over here, I'm nicknaming this guy Stallion. That's his name. Because every time I see him, he's just, he's big. He's the biggest of the goats. He's a giant. And so I'm gonna give him the name Stallion for now. This is not voted upon amongst the family, but between you guys and me, Stallion. And Vladdy Daddy says, what animals are those? These are goats. These are pygmy silky goats. Yesin says, how are you? Fine, you see. I'm doing well, Yasin. Apollo and Layla says, remember us when you're famous. Steven, you're already famous. You got that like 20 times subscriber count on me. You are already much more famous than me. Vladdy says, I like goats. Prav says, what country are you at? We are in northern Canada. Vladdy says, have you ever tried it on Vladdy, what we talking about? Are we getting inappropriate here? If we're getting inappropriate, you gotta go. This is a no inappropriate live stream. Katrin says, Justin, do you have a girlfriend? I have a wife and I have 5 sons. Look at that. I have 5 sons. I got a little army. I'm like, oh, so this guy will have horns. I can feel the horns on his head where they won't poke through for a couple weeks, but this guy will in fact have horns. Why don't we do the horn check on all of them? We will see if any horns are on any of them. Apollo says, chilly up there yet? And frost? We have had frost on some of the mornings. It's probably about 39 degrees Fahrenheit here right now. I definitely need to start a wood fire. It's been raining and cold. It's I don't want to say miserable because the minus 45 is coming. The really cold weather is coming. But yeah, it's wet. Okay, this guy is going to have horns. Let's grab the next one. What about you, Frou Frou? I don't feel anything on Frou Frou's head. So as of right now, they haven't come through. But that doesn't mean they won't. But I don't feel anything on Frou Frou. So it's possible that Frou Frou will not have horns. Come on over. Come on. Come on over. Come say hi. Oh boy. That guy just kind of got yeeted by mom. Hello, Stallion. Oh, my big guy. Hello, Stallion. And Apollo says, OMG, minus 45. No. How do you do that? It's tough. It's miserable. The water dishes all freeze. We got to get out here multiple times a day and break the ice out and put new water in. You're running water from the house because even the automatic water freezes up. The pipes freeze. Pipes burst. That temperature is awful. That temperature is just the rough. But yeah. Dixon says, I have 6.5 kids, so I get it. 6.5? Does that mean you have Siamese? Or does that mean you have half a kid? That's a confusing answer, but I like it. Avery says, I just found out that there is 5 little baby kittens living in the hay that I feed my goats. We are thinking about keeping 1 or 2. What do you plan to do with the rest? Vladdy Daddy says, can I share some great heartwarming news with you? My sister is finally pregnant. I found out today. By the way you said finally, that makes me think that she's been trying for a while, and this is not a tragedy, but a good thing. So, awesome, Vladdy Daddy. Vladdy Daddy, okay, I like you. I like you. You're hilarious. You get to stay. Let's keep this energy. Let's keep this funny vibe, and just let's keep it appropriate. I like this. I like this kind of Alabama Vladdy Daddy vibe you got going on, my friend. Katrin says, wow, Justin, you have a wife and kids? That's awesome. Yes, I've got my own little army amongst, everything we got going on here. And Apollo says, this guy's going off. I can appreciate that kind of humor. Here's the line, guys. There's a couple lines. I got to stand up because my knees are about to explode in this position. Oh, here, Frou Frou. You come and cuddle. Oh, it is hard to kneel like that. For those who don't know, who are just joining, like 7 weeks ago, I had spinal surgery. I'm feeling fantastic. I've gotten back to the gym. We're starting to work out again. But my body cannot do these awkward positions for very long. Anyway, okay, here's the lines on the live stream, my friends. No racist content. That's a firm no. This is an inclusive. Everybody's welcome. Let's just have a good time. Number 2, no offensive or over-sexualized content. I don't mind the odd hilarious, joke. But let's keep this chill. Let's keep this fun. Apollo and Layla says, Vladdy Daddy, are you rooting for Dodgers in the World Series? 4 Ring says, is that the bottle fed? Yes, here's her bottle there, and here she is. Let's step up the tripod for a second and see if she'll eat the rest. Okay. Let me, okay, there we go. Apollo and Layla, I notice you don't use a tripod very often, but I think I've seen you with a tripod before. Is there any reason for that you'd rather not use a tripod? I like to be hands-free. It's kind of nice to not have to hold the phone. I live streamed for a little bit yesterday holding the phone, and it was, I can't stand it. Dixon says, I don't call my kids an army. I call them an infantry. Heyo. My kids are 8, 6, 4, 2, and 6 months old, and they're all boys. That's an army. And Chevy says, hey, boss. How you doing, Chevy? Vladdy says, I honestly don't even know what that is. I'm not American. He ain't following. What were we talking about? Was that baseball? The Dodgers? This is Bast. Here we go. Bast. Hey, Bast. 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 I hear you. Bast. Come on over, Bast. Bast. You look so miserable out in the rain. Why are you out in the rain, buddy? You can hang out in the barn. Bast is jealous because these are his half siblings. Are they your full siblings? They're his full siblings. These are all his siblings, and so he's very jealous because mom is not spending time with him. Mom's locked in the barn, and Bast is out here in the rain. The 2 new cows are with my other cow right now, which is really good. So they're all over on the hay bale, way behind the string. Rip! Let's get out of there. Okay, so there's 2 new cows eating the hay bale with my other cow. So this is good. They're getting along. They're bonding well. We made it through day 1 of having 2 new cows without them breaking through the fence and running away. Fun story, guys. The last time I got a new cow to the homestead, it was very skittish. It was a very skittish cow. It was a Highlander, which are known to be a little bit crazy. And so what would happen is I could come in here. It would hang out with my other 2 cows. And I could come in here. I could kind of get close, but not too close. It would be wary of me. And then my wife would come in the field and it would run and it would jump the fence, and not over the fence, like through the fence. And then it would be gone in the forest. I have 2 long form videos basically saying my cow is lost in the forest, and I had to go track her down, find her, get her back in here. This happened like 4 times, and that cow ended up going in the freezer because it is not fun to go spend days and hours hunting for a cow in the forest. So yeah, you wouldn't really think about it, but cows are very hard to find in the forest. You think it's a big animal, but nothing stops them, so they can go through the thickest, hardest bush, and they blend in. They're brown and black. They get into the thick stuff, they lie down, and they're gone. They're invisible. Really hard to track a cow in the forest, guys. Oh, this little guy's coming to say hello. He's jumping on my legs. Okay, let's what do we want to do? What do we want to do? What do we want to do? Let's see if Frou Frou will take the rest of the bottle. She's having a hard time getting this last sip in. I want to finish the bottle off. And what did I see? The Swiss Vapor's in the chat. Phil, how are you doing, Phil? I just realized that you've been posting videos on your channel, and I'm so here for it. So guys, go check out the Swiss Vapor on YouTube. I noticed he's been posting some long forms and some shorts. You used to be active a little bit about 4 years ago, but I see you are back at it, my friend. So it's good to see you here. And yeah, it's basically done. She doesn't want it. We're gonna have to come back in a couple hours. I give her about every 2 to 3 hours between feeding her. So it's 5 p.m. now. I'll probably feed her again around 8, and then again around 11, maybe midnight, and then again around 4 in the morning. And Phil says, I'm fine. I'm just tired. Well, my friend, I hope you just rest, relax, get your energy back up, and yeah, just chill, man. Just chill. And I'm back on track on YouTube-wise. I'm here for it, guys. Guys, go check out the Swiss Vapor. If I had to give you some advice, Phil, for anyone who wants to give YouTube a genuine shot and, join the partner program and be monetized, it's almost like a cheat code doing these vertical live streams, because to get monetized on YouTube, it helps if you have a cute baby goat. But if you don't have a cute baby goat, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, or 10 million short views. And that's really hard. 10 million short views is not easy. So I would say the easier track is 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers. You need those 4,000 watch hours in 1 year. That's actually hard. You think that's easy? That's actually hard. But these vertical live streams, every second you guys watch counts towards those hours. We're already monetized, so it doesn't matter as much to us. But if you're a new content creator and you're thinking about trying to get monetized, you want to make that push, you want to get those subscribers, you want to get the hours, the watch hours, vertical live streaming counts towards those watch hours. That's how we got monetized, streaming, baby. And it takes a little bit of courage. It takes a little bit of learning. You have to have something interesting going on. Whether you're just really good at following the news, you're good at playing video games, or you've got some really cute farm animals and you live in the middle of nowhere off grid on a 156-acre homestead, vertical live streaming, guys, it's also the best way to build a community and you know, talk with you guys. We got Catherine, we got Avery, we got Wendy over here. Wendy says, wow, I didn't know that about content creating. Thanks for sharing. Avery says, lean beef. And Catherine says, Justin, feed this kid properly? Yes, she's good. She's good. She is full. She actually did really good. This bottle here holds about 400 milliliters, and she had just about 3/4 of it, which is about 250 milliliters, which is pretty well what she's gonna eat right now. So she's good. She's good. And Phil says, I'm into cars and super hot peppers. There's an entire YouTube channel called Hot Ones about eating peppers. So if he can do it, you can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you. Just set yourself up with some Hot Ones challenge. Just everyone wants to see people suffer a little bit. That's why we watch NASCAR. You know, we hope the crash doesn't happen, but we're here in case it does. So eating super hot peppers on live stream, people are gonna watch it, man. People, as bad as it is, y'all are masochists, and some of you want to watch someone suffer. So if the Swiss Vapor starts eating super hot Carolina Reapers on live stream and he's sweating and crying, you know you guys are gonna watch. And Nick says, do you sell the goats? Yes, we do. We have 9 goats of our own right now, plus these 4. I got 4 here. This girl is gonna be sold to one of our friends. This is Frou Frou. And so we're bottle feeding her right now because she's the runt of the litter, and Mama's not doing a good job taking care of her. The other 3 boys who are down here are I'm gonna do my dangest to find them a new home. Ideally, if I can help it, I can find a buyer who wants them with their unit intact. But if by 8 weeks I haven't found someone who wants a fully intact male goat, then I gotta castrate them. And a lot of people like them for pets. They're fantastic pets, especially when you get rid of their testosterone. And Paulo and Layla says, my chat donos, so I eat dog treats. I'm absolutely right. See, people give Steven money and he has to eat dog food, so dog treats, which are actually pretty good. I've had some dog treats of my own sometimes. You know, there's some of them vegan dog treats are actually pretty good for you when you look at the ingredient list. The only thing I would hesitate about eating dog food, like, I mean, I eat squirrels. I'm out here eating wild game all the time, but labeled as dog food means they don't have to follow the same health and safety rules that they do for human food. And so there can be more contamination, there can be more bacteria. So I do warn you, even though the ingredients and everything are generally pretty good, and some of them dog treats are pretty expensive, they don't have to follow the same regulations. So you could get ill. It is definitely possible. I'm just saying, not from experience. And Polar Bear says, are those mini goats? So this is a pygmy goat, which is a small breed goat. It's a small goat breed. She's a pygmy goat mixed with Silky, which I think is like a medium-sized goat. And they're babies. She was born 2 Saturdays ago, so she's like 10 days old. So they're mini because they're babies, but they are a smaller goat breed. I do have some full-size goats. I've got some Alpine Toggenburgs. I also have some medium-sized goats, some mini Nubians. But yeah, we got a little bit of everything. Some smalls, some mediums, and some large. A little bit of everything. And Nick says, I will buy a buck because I'm looking to get into team roping and goat roping. I don't know what that is. Elaborate. I have no idea what this is. And Phil says, see y'all next stream. Stay healthy and enjoy your day. Phil, take care of yourself and get ambitious. Start doing some live streaming. Have fun out there. I'm subscribed. I encourage other people, go subscribe to the Swiss Vapor. Check it out, guys. And ABBB says, aw, he's petting Messy, the goat. The greatest of all time, Messi. Look at they've got like a built-in gimbal. Their heads, look at the head movement. It's smooth. It's a built-in gimbal machine. And Angel says, don't rope goats, please. I don't even know what that is. And a Mike says, beautiful goats. Yes, the other ones are chilling right now. The lighting is getting a little bit dark up here in northern Canada. Oh boy, we're zoomed into the max. Let's zoom that bad boy out. There we go. Some of them, they're just snuggled up in the corner over here. Snuggling behind mama, having a little snooze. And of course, we got the rabbit chilling. More rabbits chilling. How are you doing? I gotta check your water. You good, bro? You're just chilling. You look like you need some pets and some love. You look unhappy. No, you're good. You look unhappy, but I think you're good. And Nick says, goat roping is where you rope the horns and their back feet. I'm not going to judge. I'm just going to plead ignorance. And here's the thing. I kind of understand rodeo with the bulls because I've had a bull and he tried to kill me and I ate him. Bulls can be crazy. Bulls are strong. I can see the sport. I don't agree with it, but I can see the sport in bulls. As far as what you're talking about, as long as we're talking in some sort of wholesome kind of way and not inappropriate like I think you're talking, goats are like dogs. They come when you call them. You just say, hey, Bast. He's probably not going to come because he's mad. But like, where's the sport involved in trying to rope a goat? He's just chilling. Hey, buddy. Hey. I don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to move on from that topic. Tommy's in the chat. How you doing, Tommy? How are you? We're chilling with our baby goats right now. And Irod says, do you breed rabbits? Yes. This guy here is Big Daddy. And this is another one of our boys who we are selling to another friend who also wants to breed rabbits. And so we are just raising him till he's big and strong. And then he will move on to another home. We try to sell and rehouse as many as we can. But for full transparency, these are meat rabbits. They are raised for protein. They're raised for food. I did butcher 9 of them last week. So this is the life, man. We are living out here on the homestead. And Wendy says, I have a pet rabbit too, a Flemish giant. These are lion's head mixed with Flemish giant as well. Some of them have some New Zealand in them. And Tommy says, Canada is in the Major League Baseball World Series. Toronto Blue Jays versus Los Angeles Dodgers. I don't really follow baseball. A lot of people do, but for me, I honestly, I don't follow many sports at all. I used to be more of a football and a hockey guy. I was in fantasy football and fantasy hockey leagues. And when we say football over here in Canada, we're talking pigskins. We're not talking soccer football. We're talking football. Anyway, I used to be in a bunch of fantasy leagues, used to follow it all the time. But since I moved off grid, I'm just watching Lily. She's kind of barking at the new cows. Since I moved off grid and everything, I don't have time to watch TV and follow sports. I'm just too busy being out here in the middle of nowhere watching my dog bark at my new cows. So big black one is Gabby. There's 2 brown ones behind her, and that light tan thing is my dog. That's Lily chilling. We're gonna do something here, guys. We're gonna move over and we're gonna go say hi to the new cows. It's raining outside, so we're gonna get a little wet, but we've been streaming for 53 minutes, so let's go spend 7 minutes or so hanging out with the new cows. I'm gonna put this girl down. We're gonna come back and feed you in 2 hours, okay? I just fed her, and so we're gonna put her down so we can let's go check out the cows. So these cows, Gabby, excuse me, Oreo. Excuse me, Mama. I need you to move. Okay, we sneak out of here. Rip. You're on your own. You're on your own, little girl. Don't let Mom beat you up. Don't let Mom be a bully. You gotta get big and tough. Okay. Hey, Bast. You look miserable out here, Bast. Why aren't you in with all of these guys? Maple's looking fluffy. Here's the rest of the goats, guys. These guys are smart. These guys know to stay where it's dry. These guys are chilling where it's dry. Oh, head scratches for Faye. Head scratches for Faye. You were a little bit wet too, Mimi. Hi, Mimi. So, like I said, guys, goats are a lot like dogs. Arguably a little less needy. Every once in a while, they'll chew on you a little bit. They'll try to bite your jacket or eat your pants. But beyond that, they're really chill. Let's go see the new cows, though. The new cows are a little less chill. The new cows are fantastic. We've had them for 1 day. And so there is There is a lot of work to be had with them. I see that Matthew's in the chat and Dawn is in the chat. How you guys doing? And Tommy says, rabbits are cute, but they taste good. Very delicious. They are one of the most efficient animals to raise on a homestead. As far as the cost per pound of meat, they probably are the most efficient animal. But let's go see the new cows. We're walking towards them. They see me. We're gonna slow down a little bit. I'm also holding the tripod, but you gotta move slow around cows. So we're just gonna slow down a little bit. Take our time walking over there. We got the lake behind us, guys. Isn't that beautiful? Lily, 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 those are our cows. Lily hasn't come to terms that the two new big black or brown things are our cows. Lily, Lily, chill, man. You're gonna scare the poor things. Lily, those are ours. She probably thinks they're moose or something crazy. She's like, Dad, normally you take me hunting for things like this. Can we shoot them? Can we eat? Nope. Okay, it's okay. It's okay, girls. So I'm gonna stop here. I'm not gonna get any closer right now. We're just gonna stop here and stare at them for a little bit. We're gonna let them stare at us. So this is Bobby and Bernadette and Lily going crazy. Lily, those are ours. They're part of the homestead. At least they're not scared of her. So this is good. This is good because if they were scared, Lily, every once in a while Lily will play with Gabby like this and I always worry that Lily's gonna get yeeted. Our other friends are joining us. They're coming to say hi. They are coming to say hi. Yes, I know. Lily's going crazy, guys. Lily's going berserk. So it's actually good that the cows are stopping and staring at us. They're getting used to us as a person. You know, we can slowly start taking a couple steps forward, but we got to give it a couple minutes. I just got these two cows yesterday. So it's going to take a little bit of time for them to get used to the goats, a little bit of time for them to get used to us. Last night, guys, I checked on them at 11 p.m. and they didn't go in the barn yet. When I went and checked at 4 in the morning, they were in the barn. So I don't know how long they were chilling out in the rain, but it took them a while to get used to the farm, used to the property, used to the goats. And now, after just one day, you know, the goats are right up there on the hay bale. They're all together. They're eating together. So far, so good. We got little Evie here. Hi, Evie. Hi, Evie. I can tell that Maple and Evie actually most likely are pregnant as well, but they're probably still got another 2 months to go. They're starting to plump up a little bit, and that's exactly what Mimi did when she had her last batch of kids. She got really fat and then skinned right out, and then like a month later, boom, two babies. But they've got that exact same look where they're getting floofy. So we're just gonna take a few steps forward. Not too many, just enough. We're just gonna get them used to that. What kind of dog is that? Well, these are goats. Lily is a yellow lab golden retriever, and she has no idea what the new cows are. Lily's freaking out. Lily, chill, man, chill. The goats are gonna fight you. The goats are gonna fight you, Lily. We're just trying to get you close to these two cows. I have been a lot closer than this, but I just don't want to pressure them too much, especially with my dog freaking out at them. I don't want to scare them. So they're just kind of moving. We're gonna sneak in behind the cow, get a little closer. We're just gonna stop here. Right about here. Yeah, Lily, a goat is going to throw you soon. Don't bug the goats. Oh, Lily, you're crazy, girl. And Melissa says, so goats go ba? You got it. Ba. Ba. Hi, Elsa. This one's Elsa, Faye. That looks like Orion hiding in there. We got Maple and Evie. Mimi in behind. Lily going zoom because we got two new cows right there. There's two brand new cows hiding behind. And Matthew says, Evie, like the electronic vehicle, or Eevee, or Eevee, more like EEVEE, like the Pokemon. Eevee the Pokemon. I have children, and so they get to name the animals. Let's turn our back to everyone so that I can be in the chat with you guys, and we'll just keep everyone behind me here. Now, if you are not an experienced farm person or farmer, generally I would say don't turn your back to animals. But because we're not a farm, we're a homestead. We spend a lot of time with the animals. We spend a lot of one-on-one time with the animals. I've only been kicked by the cow once. I've been ran over by my bull a couple times, but he's now in the freezer, so that happens. But generally not a good idea to turn your back to the animals because, you know, you don't want to get kicked or yeeted. But the goats, I've only been headbutt once, and the cows, I've only been kicked once. So I feel safe enough with them, but I probably still wouldn't recommend it. I'm trying to stay close to these guys. This is Bernadette and Bobby. Bernadette and Bobby. And Paul says, King of the Hill. Hi, how you doing, Paul? Peter says, cows are nasty. Cows are not nasty. Look at Gabby. She's lovely. There's nothing nasty about Gabby. Look at her. She's a beauty. She's a beauty. She's like 900 pounds of beauty. And then, of course, these guys they're more like puppies. They're about 6 months old. I remember I got a video up on YouTube. It's a long form video. It's short, a couple minutes. But it's when I was bottle feeding Gabby and Buddy, my two cows. When I first got them and they were bottle fed, they were literally not much bigger than a dog. And now, I mean, she's, you know, full size. She's about 1,000 pounds. Big, beautiful animal. These guys are getting bullied by my dog right now. Lily's just got the zoomies. She still doesn't know what to think. She has no idea what to think. Lily, they're keeping their eyes on her though. They don't trust her. But Lily's just playing. She's a little confused, but she's just playing. This is how I know Lily wouldn't be a good guardian dog if there was actually a wolf or a coyote on the property, because she doesn't have a mean bone in her body. She just wants to play. Now, you're relying purely on the wolf thinking she's going to attack, because she is not going to attack a wolf or a coyote. She just wants to play. We are getting 2 donkeys in about 10 days. Those will be our defense animals. Those are, they make a lot of noise. They're very protective. And so 2 donkeys are joining the property at the end of the month. So we got the 2 more cows now. Of course, we got all of these guys. And we got the baby goat that we started the live stream feeding. We got 4 baby goats. Georgia, how you doing? We are just chilling with the cows, and my dog is going crazy. And speaking of Georgia, the 2 new donkeys we are getting are currently named Georgia and Ginny. And Georgia is pregnant and Ginny is not. And Angel says, donkeys are so cool. I really, really hope that the donkeys are as easy as the cows. We have had crazy cows. These cows are pretty chill. They don't really want me to get too close. You can see her taking 1 step back, so we'll stop. Oh, I know. My dog is giving you guys unneeded pressure. I know. Too much stress, eh, guys? My dog's going berserk. Lily Beans, what are you doing? Anyway. Yeah, we are just chilling. We're just chilling, guys. Got the 2 cows right there. And Allie says, hi. Hi, Allie. How you doing? And guys, another shout out for Apollo and Layla. Go check out Apollo and Layla. When you guys are done here, go check out Apollo and Layla. Said My Wildlife sent us. Show him some support. He's a larger YouTube channel. Fantastic content, live streaming every day. And Reiki says, that dog is weird. Well, these giant farm dogs don't know what to think about this dog. Lily's going nuts. Yeah, we're not gonna pressure them. They want to walk away, we'll let them walk away. We'll just hang out over here by these guys for a second. In fact, they might circle back. They might come back. And Joe says, my wife was a bit of a donkey was bit by a donkey. This has a fully different meaning when I say my wife was a bit of a donkey, but my wife was bit by a donkey when in Italy. Well, you know, when in Italy, do what the Italians do, get bit by donkeys? I don't know. And Melissa says, aw, Georgia says, lol. He's, it would be a little easier if I didn't bring Lily with me over here because Lily is putting the pressure onto these poor cows. Lily, come. Come here, Lil. Lily, come. Stay, sit. 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 I know, the ground is wet. I know. But maybe if the cows see that she's not mean, they might not be as scared. So if we show the cows that Lily's a good girl, then, you know. I made a little profile for most of the animals, not all of them yet, on my website, mywildlife.ca. And I had some fun with it. So if you guys check out on mywildlife.ca, you say the team, I think it's called the team. I go through and give the animals a little bit of personality. And I had fun with it. So I encourage you guys to go check it out. It was a lot of fun. Jordan says, what a dog. James says, hi. And Jordan says, any jobs going? I live in England. No jobs out in the homestead, but we are in talks with a casting agency to potentially join a TV show. So we will see. We will see if that goes anywhere. And Travis says, Brokeback Mountain. Listen, have you guys seen? I'm jumping off course because Heath Ledger was in Brokeback Mountain, who was then in The Joker, who is unfortunately no longer with us. And for some reason, when I think of Heath Ledger, I think of Jake Gallagher. Don't ask. And Gallagher, I just watched the other night, I watched Roadhouse 2024. And as much as the fighting was way over dramatized, it was actually pretty good. I enjoyed it. It was kind of a fun show to watch. And Shayla says, hi. Hi, Shayla. How you doing? Hi there in Indiana. Well, hello. Welcome to My Wildlife. We are up here in northern Canada, and I almost dropped you guys, but I didn't. Look at the lake behind us. We got the lake back there. We got the farm back over here. We got forest all the way around. We're on a peninsula, so the lake actually comes all the way around. I'm actually talking to a guy about potentially getting him out here this weekend and doing some drone shots. So he's got a really nice drone. He was showing me some 4K shots. So we're thinking about maybe getting him out on the homestead this weekend, doing some fly around the property, maybe some zooms down the field, down the trails, overhead, around the property, and just banking a bunch of footage to make some long form videos. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun. I would like to get a drone, but here's my mentality towards it. I would like to get like a DJI 4 Mini, a small size drone, because up here in Canada, if you get one that's more than 250 grams, you need like a pilot's license and you got to follow a whole bunch of regulations. So if you keep the drone small, you don't have to follow the flight regulations and we can just go nuts with it. The cameras on them are fantastic. I feel like we can get some really cool footage. I would also like it because I'm lazy to some regard. Right now, when I let the cows out in the far back field, like way back there, if I want to get eyes on them to make sure they're safe, I got to haul my butt out there and I got to trudge through the fields and I got to go check on them. How sweet would it be to be sitting on your front porch with your little drone with your screen and just fly up and over, get eyes on them and come back? Or if something goes wrong, that they break through the electric fence and they go missing, we're going to get into this. You could just fly over, find them in the forest, walk around and get them. My neighbor's cows had broken out of their fenced area about 3 weeks ago, and I helped them find them. We had to go trudging through the bush. Eventually we found them and pushed them back into the field. But it would have been so much faster if we just flew a drone over the forest, found the cows, and then went right there. Instead, it was like, okay, I'll take this coordinate, you take that coordinate, I'll push through this section of forest, you push through that. It felt like a military operation, and it could have been a lot simpler. So, fast forward. I would like to get a decent drone that's like $1,500, but I want to do this. We're making ad revenue from YouTube. We're making donations. Thanks again to Apollo and Layla for dropping some donos in this sub. I would like to raise the money through YouTube before I go and invest in something like a nice drone. So we'll get there, but not right away. It's going to take time. Got to raise that money. And Rex says, can we go to Brokeback Mountain? No. And Nick says, Home on the range. Rainy says hi from South SC. Where's SC, my friend? I'm up here in Northern Canada, so I apologize if I'm missing what state SC is, but I don't know that one. We're just chilling out here with the goat, the cows. We got the 2 new cows over here, but Lily is terrorizing them. South Carolina, thank you. I apologize. I apologize for my ignorance, but yes, I do know where South Carolina is. I just I don't hear people talk about it as SC. And Muhammad's dropping some bombs in the chat. Sorry, Muhammad, I don't know what you were saying. All Gone says, hello from Miami Beach. And Melissa says, are you near Buffalo? No buffalo. No buffalo up here. There are people who will raise buffalo up here, but they're not native to Northern Canada, so that's imported in and raised. These are cows. This is a short-horn Gelvies. They're more of a German breed. And then over here is my Black Angus. That's Gabby, so she's my Black Angus. I'm gonna have to put more hay bales out here this week because they're dummying this one. This one will be done by the end of the week, I'm sure. But yeah, we're out here keeping busy. My poor new cows, man. They're not scared of Lily, but she's not letting them relax. She's stalking them. But it's okay, girl. It's okay. We're trying to get them used to us. We're just trying to spend some time with them. So yeah, we're just chilling with the cows. And Darlene says she meant, do you live near Buffalo, New York? Sorry, buffalo are a type of animal as well. My apologies, I missed that. No, I am up here in Northern Canada. Think up towards Hudson's Bay direction in Ontario. I am not down towards Toronto and New York. We are up further north where it is freezing cold. It is so cold out here, guys. And Rainy says, I've never been to Canada. I would love to visit one day. And I changed your like to love because it truly is lovely up here. And Matthew says, Northern Canada, woot woot. And Angel, guys, you got to give me a little bit of grace on that one. Buffalo the place, not Buffalo the animal. I've got cows in the background. It could totally be Buffalo the. Are you near Buffalo the animals? Come on. And Melissa says, but you have Black Angus. Yum. We did eat one of our Black Angus buddy. So here's the thing, guys. I didn't want to eat Buddy. I bottle fed him. I raised him from a little puppy and bottle fed him. Got him big and strong. Unfortunately, I got him too big and strong. And there's a couple things wrong with this. So I didn't know that if you bottle feed a bull, you actually have a higher chance of them getting aggression because they don't see you as their handler. They see you as like either their father or brother figure. They see you as competition. Something to overpower. They don't see you as the handler who's going to give them a smack. I never gave Buddy a smack. I should have. And so, yeah, unfortunately, because of my ignorance of not handling my bull with the proper respect he deserved, he got too aggressive and tried to unalive me a couple times. And so there was one night last March, so in March, where I was helping a goat have her babies. Me and my wife were in the barn. We were helping the goat give birth, making sure that everything went smooth. And it was the middle of the night. When we were done with the goat, I came out of the barn and my bull charged me, started shoving me, backed up, hit me, and he sent me flying a good 4 or 5 feet. My wife saw this. She was kind of mortified that the bull just attacked me, but it didn't end there. If he would have just smashed me and then walked away, we would have been cool. It would have been like this, okay, he got spooked, he ran me, whatever. Unfortunately, it didn't end there. He turned around and tried running me again, and then I got out of the way, and he tried running me again, and there are too many nice cows to put up with a mean cow. This is the saying that most farmers have. It is not worth breaking your back over a mean animal. So if your animal's being a little bit mean, you eat them. That's kind of the moral of the story. So, yeah, let's see if we can get a little closer to these girls. This is Bobby and Bernadette, the new cows, and they are nice. They are sweet so far. Lily doesn't know how to chill, so they're even a little more skittish. I'm not trying to pressure them, but I don't think the cow knows Lily's right there. This one is less skittish than that one, but this one also goes wherever the other one goes. So they are on a journey together. But everything's going smooth. We've had them now for 24 hours. They're getting used to us. I wish Lily wouldn't push them, but Lily's also got a little bit of natural herding instinct in her. So it's kind of, she's gotten used to just pushing the animals back towards the barn. And so that's kind of what she's doing right now. She's trying to chase them down towards the barn. So she's getting around them. She's trying to steer them. She's trying to tell them which way to go. This is actually herding behavior. So this is her trying to be a herd dog, except she's a yellow lab. All Gone says, do you get deer traveling through your land? We love Canada. Absolutely. I actually harvested 2 deer off the property last year. I didn't do any deer hunting this year because I had spinal surgery about 7 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago. Healing fantastic. We're getting back at the gym. We're feeling really good. But yeah, so I decided to take the year off hunting because I need to give my back time to heal. And up here off grid, Northern Canada, when you harvest the deer, you got to drag them out of the bush, winch them into a tree, process them yourself. It's a lot of work. I love it. I've done dozens of them. It's a lot of fun, and feeding the freezer is fantastic. But because of my back, I decided let's give the population time to recover. We'll take a year off of hunting, yeah, we'll just heal. But there are lots of deer out here. It is fantastic territory. And if you guys couldn't tell, it is raining, and that's why the lens is getting a little blurry on us. I don't want to pressure the cow too much. I just want to be near them. I just want them to get used to me being here. And Rainy says, that's some beautiful land. It is. It's nicer when it's not cold and rainy and wet, but it is beautiful out here. I'm going to wipe the lens for a second, so bear with me as you guys eat my sweater. There we go. We got all the ducks chilling out there. Whole bunch of ducks. Lily's trying to herd the cows into the barn, and it's going to work. I have a good feeling that she's going to push them right into the barn. And Prod says, yo, what's up, partner? How's it going, my man? And Angel says, she's doing her job, Dad. She is. We got a rooster chilling over there. My wife was thinking about maybe butchering our other rooster because he was kind of being a jerk to the kids, but I think we're just going to spend a little more time working with him. I mean, we don't need 2 roosters. This is Horntail in the barn over there, and he was kind of being mean. There's our solar panels doing solar panel stuff. Okay, let's just keep... I don't know if they're going to want to go in the barn. I think some of the goats are in there. Oh, no. None of the goats are in there. We're going to go back in with the baby goat, guys. So this is the automatic waterer. We're not going to push her any farther because we want her to drink out of that. We don't want to spook her. That water dish that she's drinking out of, it's plumbed directly to my well, and it's on like a toilet float, so it's always got water. And it's got a little heater in it. Now, it still freezes when it gets down to minus 40, minus 45. But, you know, our winters suck. It's kind of hard to avoid that. When it gets nasty, nasty cold, there's nothing you can do about it. So let's go and see the baby goats. I'm going this way. I'm not going to you. I'm going this way. You enjoy the barn. You just go in. You go in. I'm coming over here to see the baby goats. Oh, little frou-frou, you're over in the corner. You know what we're going to do, guys? We're going to do something outrageous. We're going to do something crazy. We are going to bring frou-frou into the house. We're going to go start a fire. Let's go start a fire. I don't want to end the stream because you guys are fantastic and the stream's going well. So instead of ending the stream, we're going to grab the goat. We're going to bring the goat into the house. We're going to start a fire and get nice and warm because it is too cold to just keep hanging out outside. Hello, baby goats. Here's some of the other baby goats chilling. There's Mama. This goat's kind of been abandoned. So we got to take care of her. And All Gone says, when will you have snow? So normally by this time of year, we do have snow. It's about 38 degrees, maybe 35 degrees right now, Fahrenheit. It's raining. So like we're only a couple degrees from this turning into snow. But so far, so good. Let's pick up Frou-Frou. Oh, come here, Frou-Frou. Oh, here's Frou Frou. We're going to bring Frou Frou into the house and we're going to go light a fire. We're going to go warm up with Frou Frou and chill by the fire. So normally we do have snow by now, but it's been a warm fall. So the ground still has some heat. And so, yeah, no snow yet. Lily, just let the cows chill, man. They're in the barn. Let them chill. Oh. Okay, we're going to steal Frou Frou. Let's try to hold everything. A goat, a camera, a bottle. Latch a door. Come on, baby. Come on. There we go. Okay. Let's go get Frou Frou into the house. Let's grab some firewood and let's get a fire going, guys. So I live off grid at my homestead here. And oh boy, we got to scroll down. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Sometimes what happens is if I touch the screen, I miss that the chat keeps rolling. Come on, Lil. I miss that the chat keeps rolling and then I end up just keep repeating myself because I think nobody's talking to me. I'm all alone. Anyway, sorry guys. How you doing, Mohammed? How are you doing, Darren? How are you doing, Rogerio? Rogerio from Brazil. Hello, guys. So we're going to take her into the house. We're going to take little baby Frou Frou. We're going to go in the house. I'm freezing right now. I've been outside for 80 minutes. I'm cold. Lily, you're going to stay outside and protect the animals. You're not coming in the house. You're soaking wet. You're soaking wet and full of mud. You're not coming in. Oh, let's take Frou Frou in the house, though. Okay. Holy, oh, we already have dry wood in here. We got wood in the house. We're good. We're stocked up, baby. We're ready to go. Okay, we're going to turn some lights on. We got to get the lights better. My apologies for running around so much, guys. Let's turn the lights on. Before bed, guys, don't let me forget. Later, I got to check the generator. I probably need to fire the generator up and recharge the batteries. I live off grid, but it's been raining for 3 days. And so the solar is not doing what the solar needs to do. Let's switch you guys over to, I'm going to switch you guys back to Wi-Fi. So 1 second. Hopefully I don't lose you guys. I hope I don't lose you guys, but I got to switch to Wi-Fi because we can't keep streaming on data. Let's go set the bottle down. And we're chilling with Frou Frou. We're going to bring her over by the fire. We're going to set a blanket down inside of, Okay. I'm rambling, guys. I'm rambling. Bear with me. We got a little Frou Frou here. I'm going to set Frou Frou down inside of a laundry basket so she doesn't go running away. This is her little jail cell when she's in the house. It's just 2 laundry baskets. Oh, I got to wash that one. Okay, I'm going to set that down and I'll clean it after I get you down. We'll snuggle with her. I got to get a fire going because it is cold. Mohammed says, nice and calm. Calm down, my friend. Carl says, can you say hi to my uncle? I see what you're doing there. Normally people tell me to say hi to Nick, Mr. Gurr, Nick. But Peter does not get a shout out. Okay, we're gonna grab some paper from our paper bin. Some burnables. We're gonna get a fire going. And Carl says, no, I'm not racist. I just think it's funny to make pedophile jokes. Come on, my friend, come on. It's all good. Let's get some fire going here, guys. We gotta warm up. Okay, let's bring you guys down to Firetown. So, we are just going to, we got so many ashes in here, but I don't feel like cleaning it out right now. Not right now. Although we will clean the glass, so we have a pretty fire. So let's just stock it up with some kindling and some paper. Bear with me, guys, because we're gonna get this wood stove kind of fire ready, and then we will light a fire. Oh boy. I'm trying to find some drier pieces. My wood's a little bit on the wetter side, unfortunately. We'll see if we can get that to light. Anyway, and then we'll clean the glass. Mohammed says, you're in Canada, right? Yes, we are in northern Canada, and it is freezing cold out here today. So we're just going to light that fire up, get a little bit warm, then we'll snuggle with the goat, and we'll chat with you guys more while we hold the goat, and we can talk about all sorts of things. Ibrahim says, why do you have a cage around your fireplace? Because I've got young children. So I have kids who are 8, 6, 4, 2, and 6 months old. And so I put a cage around the fireplace so my kids don't touch it. The fireplace gets really freaking hot. If they touch it when it's been going all day, they will melt their fingers off. So we will not be having any of those shenanigans. But while we have that kind of going, let's just sit that there. We're going to grab some paper towel. Guys, if you want to clean the glass, I know this is a known thing, but for people who don't know, if you ever have a wood stove and you want to clean the glass, just take a little bit of paper towel, a little bit of water, and use the ashes. The ashes melt away the existing soot on the glass, and you'll get a nice pretty view every time. So grab just a little bit of water, no chemicals needed, a little bit of paper towel, and we're going to clean the glass. So let me show you. Let's show you a thing or two about a thing or two. I'm going to bring you guys inside the fire zone. Okay, so this is the glass right here, and it's not too bad. It's just in the corners here are a little bit blackened, a little bit dirty. I try to keep my glass really clean. So you just wet your paper towel, dip it in your ashes, try not to light yourself on fire, and then just give it a little bit of a rub. And it will eat away at the black, at the soot. It's just going to carve away at it. Does a fantastic job of cleaning it. Just dab it a little more. And then just dry it off. So I'll just use the other side of the paper towel, dry it off. And voila, let's leave the door open. But just like that, guys, nice and simple, we have a crystal clear glass. And if you're feeling saucy, I know this is wet, but you just throw your paper towel right in there. Once the fire gets going, she'll melt. So let's leave the door cracked. So what you want to do, if you have a wood stove, you're going to have a damper on it like this. This controls the airflow. Closed, open. There's a hole in the bottom, so that's letting the air up and up through the flue, up through the chimney. Another way, though, to jumpstart your fire, leave the door cracked open or fully open, and you're going to allow more air to come in and go up. And that's just going to help. It's basically like you're constantly blowing on those flames. The more kind of closed it is, the more you're blowing, the more velocity that air is going to suck in from natural convection. I want to say convection. Anyway, okay, let's that's going. I'm going to grab a towel because I don't want to get pooped on by a goat. We're going to wrap the goat in a towel. We're going to sit down and we're going to read your comments and we're going to chat with you better. I've been a bad host. I've been really busy trying to get things moving here and I haven't been responding to you guys. I apologize. So let me go over to here. Let's wrap my goat in a towel. Let's chill with her. Lily's on the other side. Lily is slowly converting back into a inside dog, a house dog. So Lily was a house dog. Let me rephrase. She was a farm dog, then she was a house dog, then she was a farm dog again, and she wants to be a house dog again. When I get the 2 donkeys in about 10 days, she can come live in the house. But right now, she is wet and muddy, and I don't want her in the house. And Peter says, ramrod on a ranch? I got fooled once, my friend. Okay. But what you don't know, Peter, is I got a baby goat in the house. A stinky baby goat, which we're going to wrap in a towel so she doesn't accidentally poop on me. Although it has happened, and I'm sure it will happen again. Okay. And actually, let's chill. How do we sit to get the fire in the view? I think, you know what? Let's move up our box drum here. Let's move our box drum as a little seat. And we can chill by the fire. Let's raise the camera up. There we go. Right now the fire is not raging, but it will get raging. We're gonna wrap Frou up in a towel because she's cute and I don't want her to poop on me. I did have her in the house the other day with a diaper on. So she was in the house with a diaper on, but not right now. Okay, we are focused on the chat. All Gone says, Lily was looking in the window. I know, every once in a while she scratches at it, but she knows she's got a dog house. She's got places to go. She can go in the barn. She doesn't have to come inside the house. She's full of mud. She's good out there. And Outdoor and Stuff says that place looks haunted. No, it's not haunted. Ibrahim says, you are living my dream. Thank you, Ibrahim. And Vinay says, you look like Travis. Okay, I don't think this is anything inappropriate. You look like Travis Head, that Australia cricketer. I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. Often I get called Arthur Morgan from Red Dead Redemption, but that's just because people see a cowboy hat and they, I'm either Brokeback Mountain or Arthur Morgan. I don't know. You guys got to get more creative. You got to think outside the box. You got to say I look like Travis Head. That's starting to think outside the box. And what else you guys want to talk about? Anything specific you guys want to talk about? I'm here to chat with you guys. We're now focused. We're dialed in. We are ready to chat. So if you guys want to talk about anything specific, by all means. Ibrahim says, what's the hardest part of living off grid? I don't know if I would even say it's, probably the firewood. Constantly having to cut, split. I cut all my own trees. I don't order in the firewood, so I cut my own trees down. I drag them out of the bush. I buck them all up. I then split it all. That's a lot of work. The firewood part is a lot of work. So heating with wood is a lot of work. I did just buy on the weekend a backup generator because my generator was having some wiring issues. And so my main generator is a 1955. It's an old girl, and it was giving me some grief with the electrical. So I had to buy a backup generator. I had to buy a backup generator to plug that into the house while I was fixing the other one. So I got that fixed. But you got to be ingenuitive. The hardest part about living off the grid is probably the fact that you can't rely on other people. You got to be your own plumber. You got to be your own electrician. You got to be your own jack of all trades. Sorry, guys. 1 second. Okay. Are we here? Did I lag out? Am I still here? When I get a phone call, sometimes it glitches. But yeah, living off grid, you kind of got to be your jack of all because, okay, we're back. Just by the fact that you live off grid means you're far from civilization, which means it's hard to find contractors to do work. So you got to do it all yourself. And Ben says, are you going to eat that? No, this is frou-frou. Frou-frou we are going to sell to one of our friends. So she is not food. She is not food. And Angel says, you're here. And All Gone says, yes, we are here. Awesome. Sorry, when I get phone calls, it cuts the stream out, but I could see who the phone call was, and that person will probably just text me. And Tom says, where are you from? I am from Canada. I am from Northern Canada. So welcome to my off-grid homestead. Is my fire burnt out? My fire might be burnt out. I'm trying to light a fire with wet wood. I got to throw more, we got to throw more fire starter, more paper and cardboard in there to try to get my wet wood to catch. Then once it catches, we should be okay. For right now, we're sitting in front of a fire that is not lit. We got to get that thing going. And Rogerio says, frou-frou é muito lindinha. And Ever says, hosers, eh? All Gone says, your kids are very quiet. My wife and children are out of town for the week, or for the day. They're out of town today. They're back tomorrow. Then they're gone Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And Keber says, hi, I'm greeting you from Nigeria. Well, hello, Keber. Keber. How you doing, Keber? And Ben says, you haven't lived until you've tried goat burger. I have eaten goat. Just because I raise goats doesn't mean that I don't eat them as well. But I prefer beef. Beef. Beef tastes better in my opinion. I like keeping the females for milk. Milk gives you yogurt, cheese. The goat milk is fantastic. But yeah. Isn't that right? Isn't that right, Frou-Frou? Do we have someone talking about eating you or your cousins? Someone's trying to eat you. Okay, let's get this fire going, guys. And Ever says lamb burger with goat cheese. Goat cheese is fantastic. And Ben says, I thought that was a skunk. No, she's not a skunk. She's a goat. This is a goat. And Tom says, greetings from the west coast of Ireland. Well, hello, my friend. Welcome to Northern Canada. And Ben says, hell yeah. Okay, let's put little Frou-Frou down for a second because we need to light a fire. Do we risk just putting her on the ground? I put her on the ground, that's going to be guaranteed the time. Here's Frou Frou. If I put her on the ground, that's going to be the time I guarantee she pees or poops on the ground. So we're going to set her back in the laundry bin, and we got to get this fire going. I'm cold, guys. I'm cold. So let's just set her down. She's gonna go in here. She's gonna stare longingly at my dog, who's probably, there's my dog. Hi, Lily. Okay, we got to get this fire going. You guys stare at Lily and Lily looking at Frou Frou. Lily's jealous because Frou Frou's in the house and Lily's outside. But I got to get a fire going. I'm cold. It's cold out here. Grab some cardboard, some paper. We got to get this fire going. Trying to burn wet wood never really goes that smooth. But I will join the chat in 1 second. We're just trying to get this fire going so we have some warmth and some ambiance. Lily, stop scratching out the window. Okay, let's get warm for a second. Oh, let's get that in there. Come on. Let's get the torch going. Let's give this lots of oxygen to try to flow. Okay, bear with me, guys. Just trying to get the fire going because it is cold. I thought we had it earlier, but she didn't stick. Let's see if we got any dry kindling in here. All my wood is a little bit wet. It's a little bit on the damp side. Let's try to get that guy on there and see if that'll catch. Okay. We'll just slightly close the door, but we're going to leave lots of oxygen going in there. Just close the door enough that the wood doesn't fall out. Okay, guys. Okay, we're back. We're back. And Angel says, Miss Lily. Lily took off, and I just had you guys staring at a laundry basket, not realizing that there's a goat inside the basket. Cool, bam, we're back. Let's wrap her in a blankie, in a towel. Oh, Frou Frou, let me wrap you up. Let me wrap you up. You can just hang out all swaddled like a little baby. My fire is pathetic. I need to give it more attention than I'm giving it, but I'd rather give you guys the attention than the fire. So we're just gonna sit here cold and shivering. Whew. Okay, Kiwi says, Lily doesn't understand why she's not allowed to come in. I'm sorry about that. I know. It's because I've been slowly transitioning her to coming back into the house, so she thinks she's an inside dog, but right now she's covered in mud and rain because she was outside. And so, yeah, poor Lily, poor Lily. Lily, stay. What do I do for power? I have solar panels and a generator. Now I have 2 generators, 3 technically, but we're not going to get into it. So solar panels and a generator. I have a bunch of batteries, lithium iron batteries. They're called LifePo 4 batteries. They're very expensive, like $1,000 a piece. I have 8 of them, so that's like after taxes, almost $10,000 worth of batteries. So living off grid, if you want to live with some level of comfort, can be very expensive. You can be pretty hardcore. You can be more hardcore than I am. You could have an alternator with a pedal bike, and you can remove the back wheel, tie it to the alternator with a belt instead of a chain, and you could power your battery by legs with bike, and you could live with very minimal power. However, because I'm also, not only am I living off grid, I'm running a farm. I've got multiple animals. I need to power all these freezers. I've got 4 deep freezers plus a fridge in the house because we've got pork, we've got chickens, ducks, rabbits, goats, cows. I also hunt, so I have deer. I need electricity because I got so much meat that I need to freeze it. I need power. So you could do it much more hardcore than I do it. But I just put the money into the battery storage, the solar panels, and the generators so that although I am off grid, I still have some comforts of life like access to fresh meat whenever I want it. Does that make sense? And Ibrahim says, do you think living off grid brings you closer to who you truly are, or does it strip away the version of you society created? I feel like I'm getting to live my best life. And Brian says, dang, dude, already subscribing. Thanks, Brian. And I don't know what to name to put, says Ibrahim. Why so deep, brah? We just be chilling with a goat. We're getting all philosophical out here. It's okay. I like it. I like the deep questions. I'm okay with the shallow questions as well. Ever says propane generator, diesel. I've got a diesel generator with a gas backup generator. So I've got gas and diesel generators. I do have some backup propane for the house. So the propane, I do use propane for hot water because I like hot water. Hi, Lily. And for my oven. But I don't like using it to heat the house because it's very expensive. Getting the propane hauled all the way up here in the far north, it's expensive. So I use firewood, and I suck at getting a fire going with my wet wood right now. I need to give this much more attention than I'm willing to give it. We're staring at an empty fireplace again. My fire is not starting. I am not showcasing any skills right now. I'm trying to light a fire with wet wood and I'm not giving it the attention. Normally you'd be down there, you'd be blowing into it, you'd be stoking the flame. I'm too busy chilling with you guys. And Russell says, what's going on? Rainey says, what do you do for work? I manage a logistics company. And I don't know what name to put. It says, lol, 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 lol. Lily took off, so that's good. We are at 157 likes, guys. That's a lot of likes on this live stream. So I appreciate you guys for giving the thumbs up. We started the stream with feeding the baby goat. She's not due yet, so we're gonna wait a little longer. We then went and hung out with the cows, and now we're just chilling in the house. And Ever says, did you drill a well? Yes, this property actually already had a well. However, the casing wasn't good. It had some cracks in it and stuff, and the water lines weren't deep enough. So I had to rent a mini excavator, rip everything out, redig all the lines deeper, redo the well casing. It was a big job. It was a lot harder than I thought, and got everything put back together. Cool, replace the well pump with a new one, you know, all that fun stuff. And Joe says, you need a wood shed to keep your wood dry. That would help. That's what I plan to do next year. So I got a sea can hauled onto my property, a 50-foot sea can. And what I plan to do is build a shelter, a pole barn off of one side and use that for dry storage. I bought this skid steer that's behind me. I bought this skid steer, the orange thing outside. And I've got forks on it so I can pick the wood up. I keep the wood in these metal totes, and so I can move it around the yard. The problem is it's been raining for 3 days. My wood's just chilling out here without a tarp, and so it's all damp. The inside of it's not bad. It's dry enough to burn, but trying to get the fire to start, giving me some grief. And Ibrahim says, how did you design your system for waste, septic, composting toilet, or incineration? So I have a macerating toilet, which has a grinder in it, which grinds up anything. And then that pumps it down to my septic. So I am on a septic field. I was looking into the incinerator toilets. I thought about it, but then with having to use propane every time you flush, I decided it wasn't worth it. A composting toilet, they're kind of neat, but a lot of people kind of think they're a little bit weird. I'm okay with it, but you know, I don't want my guests to get weirded out. I do have an outhouse as well. So in the summer we use that a lot. And Matthew says, I'll send you dry DIY fire starter on Patreon that burns in like 5 minutes. Are we talking like a toilet paper roll full of lint? Like dryer lint? I've seen a bunch of ways. I'm just too lazy right now to actually get it going. S Rose says, I have a nice pantry for dry goods storage. I would like to build an underground. So when we build our next house, I'd like to have attached to the house an underground pantry attached to the kitchen. So you'd maybe slide a section of the cabinets over on a hinge, maybe put it on rollers and a hinge, slide it over for your secret door down to the pantry, get your stuff, come back up. I think that'd be awesome. And Harvey says, OMG, is that a baby goat? Yes, sir. This is Frou Frou, little baby Frou Frou. I like your attitude. Bah. Little baby Frou Frou. And Jordan says, I mean, you could use wood for the pooper. For an incinerator toilet, you got to go pretty hot. I don't know if you could burn hot enough. And for camping, it's nice. And Outdoors and Stuff says hi. How you doing? Lily, don't scratch up the window. Lily's jealous right now because Lily's out in the rain. You have a doghouse and a barn to go hang out with. Go cuddle with a cow. But she sees that the goat is in the house and she's very jealous because the goat doesn't know. Hey, Lily, that's enough. No. She is full of cow poop, mud, she's just all sorts of nasty. She's an outdoor dog. She doesn't live in the house, but I've been slowly letting her come in the house because we're about to get some donkeys. And so I figure when I get the donkeys, she can just come live in the house. But not when she's soaking wet and full of poop and mud. And do you keep the baby goat in the house at night? I am going to tonight, yes. She's been mixed a little bit outside, a little bit inside, but I'm home alone and I'm gonna have to feed her all night. And last night I went out and fed her in the middle of the night and I had a hard time getting back to sleep because it's so cold out there. By the time I'm done feeding her out in the barn, I'm wide awake. And then I end up lying in bed for a couple hours and just kind of playing on my phone. And I'd rather get a good night's sleep. So at least if I feed her in the house, I can sleep well. I don't have to fully wake up. I can kind of just get up, give her a bottle, go back to sleep. So she's going to live in the house tonight. You're going to sleep in the house tonight. You get to live in the house. Yes. And Matthew says, no, wax, no wax, wood shavings, sometimes isopropyl alcohol and other stuff. And Funny and Insightful says, I'm working, Justin. Couple of spreadsheets to finish up, but listening to you. Well, I hope that you can enjoy your work. And thanks for being here, Funny and Insightful. Ibrahim says, if civilization collapsed tomorrow, do you think most people could emotionally survive, not just physically? I'm a pessimist, and I think about shows like The Walking Dead, and I feel like that's probably closer to reality than you'd think. I kind of tell people, like my close friend circle, I kind of tell them, if the world were to actually end tomorrow, we're talking cell networks go down, there's no internet, people are looting, rioting, and there's no real hope of things recovering. I tell people I'll give you about 30 days to come out to my property. I'm already fully off grid. I've got access to fish, the farm. I've got sustainable food, gardens, such and such. I tell people I give you about 30 days. If you're not here in 30 days, I'm going to assume you've made other alliances and are probably going to cause trouble. And so, it's kind of, for my close friend circle, if you get here within 30 days, I'm going to trust that you are going to be loyal and here for the right reasons. But if you show up after that, I don't know, if you've survived the apocalypse for more than 30 days, I can only assume that you've joined up with some trouble to survive in a city or something. So just my thoughts. I give it 30 days. If the world recovers in 30 days, awesome. If it doesn't, we can survive out here. And Jordan says, wrong. People are going to associate based on politics, and I'm winning. Funny and Insightful says, camera a little down, if possible, Justin. Frou-frou isn't visible when comments are open. There you go. Thanks, Funny. And I'm says, that's a very weird chihuahua. This chihuahua is a goat. She is 3/4 pygmy goat, 1/4 silky goat. And Mama, Oreo, had 4 babies. And so the goat, 4 babies, 2 nipples, not enough food to go around. So she is the runt of the litter. She's got 3 brothers. She's the girl. And so she's on bottle fed duty. She is mostly living in the house. She does spend time with her brothers outside, but she spends a lot of time in here. We just posted a little short today of her running around the house in a diaper. It's pretty adorable. And so she is living in the house, getting bottle fed and living her best life until she is big enough to be eating more grain, oats, and becoming a little more independent. But for now, she needs me and I need her. And Funny and Insightful says, given how popular Frou-frou is, next year she needs to pay taxes on her income. You know what? Unfortunately, Frou-frou is going to live with a new family. We are going to be selling her to one of our friends who is trying to get into having goats. They already have a couple, but they would like Frou-frou. So we are going to rehome her. We already have 9 full-size, 9 adult goats. And so you can't keep them all. If you kept them all, we'd eventually have 100. So we are going to rehouse her. She is pygmy mixed with silky, and we'd rather be keeping the Nubians and the Alpine Toggenburgs because pygmies are meant for meat, but we don't prefer the meat. We would actually rather have milk. And so, I'm a hunter. I don't mind harvesting animals. I don't mind raising animals for meat. That's what we do with our pigs. I've done that for cows. I've done that for a couple goats. But I really like the goats. I'd rather not butcher them. I'd rather just have them for meat, milk. Words, guys, words. I'd rather raise them for milk, and so I'd rather keep the Nubians and the Alpine Toggenburgs and try to sell the other ones. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? And outdoors stuff says, do you like Trump? I try not to get political. Pros and cons. I'm from Canada, so I don't have too many eggs in the basket. You know what? Honestly, when things go wrong, so up in my area, there's been a lot of sawmills and wood mills and stuff that are actually closing and firing all the employees because the tariffs that are coming in from the United States are making it too hard for Canadian wood businesses to survive. But here's the thing. I don't blame Trump for Canadian businesses shutting down due to tariffs. I blame the Canadian government because if we are exporting so much of our products that if the States puts tariffs on it, these companies go bankrupt. That means the Canadian government is not doing enough to encourage Canadian companies to buy Canadian. In my opinion, Trump putting tariffs on Canada should not hurt these businesses. It should almost help them because in retaliation, we shouldn't be exporting the wood. We should be or importing. Instead of just continuing to export and go bankrupt, we should be using our own products. So I can't really blame Trump for being America first. I think Canada should be Canada first. I think that every country should be self-sustaining and export the surplus. That's the whole point of global trade is export the surplus, but that's not what's been happening. So it sucks to see Canadian businesses shutting down and firing all their employees because Trump is putting tariffs on us. But that says more about Canada than it does about the United States. So I don't want to get too political, but I'm not blaming him. I blame my own government for what's happening in Canada. Y'all agree? Is that a pretty fair stance? And Matthew says, if we start with politics, there will be bad things happening. That's why I try not to get into it. And a kid prod says, great energy. Keep up the lovely dancing, but please don't, oh boy, don't ribble the muffles. Some people are easily offended by that. I don't know what that means, but I'm going to say something that meant don't talk politics. IB Debbie says, that's a yes, then he likes Trump. And Lifted says, agreed 100%. And I don't care what name, or I don't know what name to put, says Canada's manufacturing industry is also almost non-existent. A lot of what we have is made in China. We don't make a lot of stuff. We export the raw goods and then buy the product back as a finished product. We should be making our own stuff. And Angel says fair. Ibrahim says, are you running your panels in series, parallel, or a hybrid configuration? All of my panels are run in series. My solar panels are all 150 watt panels. I believe I've got 6 of them run in series. My batteries are all run in, would it be, I believe, series as well. I'm running on a 24 volt system. So I have 8 24 volt batteries. 8 24 volt batteries. They are all 100 amp hour batteries. So 8 of them times 24 volts times 100 amps gets me up to 20 kilowatt hours worth of storage. So I have 21, somewhere in there, 20 kilowatt hours worth of storage. The nice thing about a LifePo 4 battery, we're talking off-grid for those who are just jumping in, and this is a goat, not a skunk. For those just jumping in, living off-grid, trying to balance how much battery storage, how much input my system can handle, how much output I need, and just trying to stay within that level. Right now, I get about 3 days. When my wife and kids are home, I've got about 2 to 3 days worth of electricity at a time before I have to start the generator, before solar's no longer keeping up. When I'm home alone, it's about a week. I can go about a week without firing the generator. The difference is all the extra toilet flushes, washing dishes. The well pump is one of the biggest draws of energy. So if I wanted to use less energy, if I wanted to be more independent without having the generator have to kick on, I'd use the outhouse more. I would use the lake water more. We wouldn't be streaming. We'd be sitting here in the dark. I've got the Wi-Fi on. I also, if I really wanted, I could turn my Wi-Fi off at night, but I leave it on all the time. So I try to live off-grid, but comfortably. I could do it a lot harder, but I try to be comfortable. And Ibrahim says, how did you calculate your total system load curve? I didn't really. I mean, I my oven is propane. I heat with wood, and my hot water is propane. So really, the only thing I have to factor in is how many watts my lights are. So I switched all the light bulbs to LED to use less. Fridges, freezers, and heated water dishes for the animals. It's really hard to be off grid and have a farm. I have automatic waters running for the animals, so the well pump kicks on all the time to refill the water. Sorry, I should keep you guys looking at the goat. And so, oh boy, oh boy. So yeah, it's pretty hard. It's pretty hard to live fully off grid while having farm animals. Oh boy, she wants to jump out of my arms. If you want to live comfortably. And Ado says, hello from South France. Where are you? Not Texas. No, we're up here in northern Canada. We're actually in Canada, and it is cold. And Creepy says, howdy. Desi says, hi, cute baby goat. And Brain Fog says, aw. Yes, if you guys want to see, I've been posting YouTube shorts about this goat. It's a goat. I've been posting YouTube shorts about this goat all week. So if you guys want to see some cute videos of her in a diaper and being bottle fed and just chilling, check out some of our YouTube shorts when you're done here. And I don't know what name to put, says the goat's like, WTF, man, what's all this noise? I just want to sleep. She's loving the snuggles, guys. She's loving the attention. There's no way she's not here for the head pats. She's loving it. And Mike says, how do you know it's a girl? The lack of testicles is a pretty good way to know that it's a girl. But if you're being serious, if you look from their back end, one hole means a boy, two means it's a girl. She was born 10 days ago. In fact, she was born on live stream. We did a live stream where mom had quadruplets, 4 babies, and we actually live streamed the birth of these goats. So if you guys want to see something a little wild and crazy, check out our live stream where little Frou Frou here was born. It was pretty crazy. And Willie says, I have an interesting story to tell you, and is that at 6 a.m. I urinated in the bed. And when I woke up, it was dried and stinky. Okay, Willie, your name checks out. Your name checks out. And Mike says, birds, you can't tell. Do they lay eggs? Birds, you can't tell? Do they lay eggs? What do you mean? You can tell if a bird is a female or a male. It's very easy to tell if chickens and ducks are male or female. Drakes, male ducks, they don't quack. They let out a screech. And when they get old enough, they have what's called a drake feather on their tail. They have a feather that actually curls up. So the tail feather curls up and they screech, they don't quack. So males are easy. For chickens, the roosters get like a nice hair on the back. They've got the bigger beard. They're just bigger and fluffier. They don't lay eggs. The females don't get that neck hair. They don't get the big beard. They don't get as big. So and usually the males get pretty. The males get colorful. They get some green and some blue in them, whereas the females don't as much. So it's pretty easy. It's pretty easy. And Matthew says, Willie, 5-minute timeout. And Funny and Insightful says, would be nice to have a small swing for Frou Frou. A little swing action for her. Little rockabye baby action. Her head is a built-in gimbal, self-leveling. And Brandon says, are you a conservation officer or wildlife rehabilitator? I'm a homesteader. So I do hunt. I am a hunter, and I do breed animals. So this is a baby born on the homestead, but I don't rehabilitate. Not a conservation officer. I'm just basically a small farmer. We sell chicken eggs and duck eggs, but beyond that, we do sell the odd, like this girl is going to be sold to one of our friends because we have enough goats as of right now. And so we are actually selling her. So we breed them, we give them a good life, and then we rehome them or keep them. Slowly growing the farm. We are up to 3 cows. I've got 9 full-size goats and then 4 babies right now. More babies on the way, though. Over the next month, it's going to get crazier. We've got a lot of babies going to be born in November. And then my cow, one of my cows is pregnant right now, so we'll be having a baby cow next year. I'm getting 2 donkeys at the end of the week, next week, which are, one of them's pregnant, so we're going to be having a baby donkey on the homestead. We did do seasonal pigs, but we butchered them. We're eating them. But next year I'm going to get breeding pigs, so year-round pigs that we will breed, because I wanted to try seeing if we liked raising pigs. Wasn't sure if they'd be too stinky or just too hard to take care of. I liked it. It was fun. I loved them. They were a good animal, so we're gonna do them year-round. So basically, we're just raising all the different animals, and yeah. And Ibrahim says, do you have an emergency evacuation or contingency plan in place in case your location becomes unsafe or inaccessible? So my place is a peninsula. I'm off grid. My place is a peninsula. As far as like things like trees falling down across the road, that happens all the time. You just get out of your truck and you move them. If they're too big to move, you back up to them, you hook on a chain and you drag them out of the way. If you gotta go, you gotta hike in a couple. It's only a couple miles to get to my house from the road. So if I gotta hike the couple miles and grab a chainsaw, I'll do that. So that's a non-issue. A forest fire would be a big deal because I'm on a peninsula, but I've got 130 acres of forest. And so if a fire caught in the forest, that would be bad. My fields are far enough back, like my barn is far enough back that it should be safe and fine. There shouldn't be an issue there. So the animals should all be safe. But it would suck to flatten out all of my fields, my forest, by a fire. So I don't really have a contingency plan. If it was really bad, I just go out on the lake, hop on my boat, get on the lake. And Funny and Insightful says, so in total, how many souls in your farm? Well, souls is a weird one because I'm a Christian and I don't really believe animals have souls. I think that they have life, spirit, and personality. But anyway, I'm not going to get into it. We have a lot of animals. Between all the ducks, chicks, scroll away from that. All of them, I'm going to say I've got like 35 animals, 5 sons, a wife, and myself. The number goes up and down depending on who's having babies and when. Going to voicemail. And Brandon says, I love that. Was always the goal for me. Sanut says, cute. Deb says, hi there. How are you this evening, cute goat? Thank you, Deb. I'm doing fantastic. Lily says, what an adorable goat. And sorry for the lag there, guys. When I get a phone call coming in, I'll see what the text says. When I get a phone call in, it kind of cuts out the stream, so I apologize. And Good Night says, do you have any dogs? I do have one dog. Yes, I've got Lily. I've got one dog. And Jack says, hi. Matt says, hey, cool. This is a baby goat. I'm kind of wrapping her up in a blanket, so she's not as visible to the camera as maybe she should be. Okay, sorry, I was just reading a text. So yeah, this is my goat. What else, guys? What else is going on? I think, let's see, Deb says, what's Lily doing this evening? Lily is outside being very jealous and angry at me because I told her she had to go sleep in the barn with the other animals because she's full of mud and water and she's been playing in cow poop. So I told her to go spend the night in the barn. So Lily's outside and she's a little mad because the goat's in the house. So she's like, why is the goat in the house but I'm outside? Funny and Insightful says, frou frou for president, at least of your farm. Thank you for the dono, Funny and Insightful. I appreciate it. Thank you. And Suni says, Matt Lawton, dream, my dear. Utman says, awesome. Are you a farmer? I would say I'm a homesteader. I wouldn't say I'm a farmer because I don't really sell too much of the produce and stuff from the farm. We mostly consume it ourselves. So we raise the goats for milk, cheese, yogurt. We raise the cattle for our own meat consumption. We raise pigs for meat. We raise rabbits for meat. We've got ducks and chickens for eggs. We also, we're getting 2 donkeys, which is just there, A, because donkeys are cool. B, I'm low-key like a survivalist, like an apocalypse survivalist. And in my mind, I have a skid steer. I bought a machine. I've got generators. I got all these machines. But if the world ends, diesel and gas are only going to be good for so many years before their combustibility is no longer effective. At which point, having a couple donkeys around is going to be very handy. So they're there for protection because we do have to deal with wolves and coyotes throughout the winter. But they're also here because if I ever need to rely on a donkey, I'd be happy to have one. And Goodnight says, do you hunt or fish for food? Yes. There's a lake behind me. You can't see it because it's pitch black right now, but I live on a peninsula. The lake comes all the way around. I'm actually talking to a guy right now. I think I might have him over on the weekend to do some drone footage so I can kind of show you guys from an aerial view more of the property. So I'd like to do a drone shot showing off the property and kind of give you guys a bit of a guided tour so you guys can kind of understand when I'm talking about this property. I could just say, go check out such and such a video. But I live off grid. Beautiful property. I've got some farm fields. I've got some forest. I've got a beach on the south side. The lake all the way around. And so I hunt because deer come in from the north. So last year I harvested 2 deer out of the farm fields. This year I'm not because I had spinal surgery 2 months ago. And so I'm still on recovery from that. So I'm not going to hunt this year. I did a little bit of hunting for grouse, but partridge for birds. But otherwise I'm taking it easy this year. And Sabrina says, hi, sir. How are you from Germany? Hello, Sabrina. Welcome to Northern Canada. This is a goat. This is little baby Frou Frou. She's just chilling. She is snuggling in our arms. Oh, I touched her legs and that made her want to stand up. And Sunit says hi from Thailand. And Goodnight says, cool. I like drone shots. And Deb says, hi, Sunit. And Andrew says, enough chatter. Get them toes out. You want to see my feet? You got to pay extra to see my feet. And Goodnight says, like button smashed, new subscriber. Thank you, Goodnight. And Utman says, why not set up a holistic healing center? I live in an area where there's almost no people. And so the way that I can reach people is on here, chatting with you guys. I am in talks with a casting agency. They saw us on here and we're talking about potentially maybe doing a show, but we will see what unfolds there. Either way, I'll keep you guys posted. I don't want to give too many details because it's not a sure thing. And Killuminati says, how much would a baby goat cost me? So a baby goat, once she gets up to full size, like independent size, so 3 months old, they go for between $150 to $250. I am on the cheaper side because I don't want that barrier to entry. It's basically just covering, my time and effort. I'm bottle feeding this girl every single night, every hour around the clock. So I'm selling her to a friend for, I think, $140. But she's well loved, well cared for, and because she's bottle fed, she's going to be very good with people. So very good with children, very good with being handled. She's going to be more like a dog than a goat. So that's the plan. And what did you name her? Her name is Frou Frou, because my kids named her. There's a song about little rabbit Foo Foo, and so my kids just thought, why not call her Frou Frou? Little goaty Frou Frou. And Arlene says, hello from North Dakota. Well, hello, welcome to Northern Canada. And Utsman says, are you in Alberta? I'm in Ontario, closer towards Hudson's Bay. And Utsman says, name her Oreo. You know what? Her mom is named Oreo. Her mom is named Oreo. And Mohammed says, nice pet. Which state? Canada. The 51st? Welcome to Canada. And Deb says, oh, sweet, Frou Frou. And Matthew says, oh, cute goat. Yes, she is adorable. And Goodnight says, Dresden, Ontario, Canada. Hello. Cindy says, hello, sir. How are you doing? Help me relocate to Canada, please. I feel like it's not that hard. We have a ton of immigration up here in Canada. And Mohammed says, Hudson's Bay, up that way, up towards. And Deb says, wait, Hudson's Bay? Do you get polar bears? Not where I am. I'm on the south side of Hudson's Bay kind of thing. It's just easier to say Hudson's Bay than, A, I don't want to pinpoint my exact location because the internet's kind of weird. And 2, I don't know. I'd rather just maybe not say exactly where I live, but that gives you the gist. I live off grid. I have a peninsula, 156 acres. I have a farm here that we're slowly growing. It's been 2 years. Yeah, Mohammed says, Canada is very cold, like very much, -70. Not negative 70. Where I am, it gets to minus 45. Right now, it's around 38 Fahrenheit. It's around 4 or 5 degrees Celsius. It is cold. My house is probably like 17 degrees right now because I failed miserably at starting my fire. And Deb says, "Do you have snow yet?" No. Normally we do. Normally we get snow, but for some reason it's been a warmer fall and it's held off. So let's keep it holding off as long as we can. I still have my boat in the water. I got to get my boat out this week. So I need another week of no snow so I can get my boat out. And Utman says, "Terrible how Trump is destroying relationships. The world is in a weird place right now. The whole world is kind of crazy." That's one of the main reasons we started the Homestead 2 years ago was because the economy was starting to get really unstable. Things were getting a little iffy, and we needed some self-reliance. During the big COVID word, there was a period of time where our grocery stores closest to me, which is like an hour away, literally had days where there was no food on the shelves. Literally, because all the shipping restrictions and people weren't working, and it was kind of nerve-wracking. And so at that point in time, we decided, let's take care of ourselves. Let's not be reliant on the government making sure that food is on our plate. Let's make sure we can provide food on our plate. So we went pretty hard. We bought this off-grid cabin. We renovated it, turned it into a 4-season house, and we've been grinding it out, getting more and more animals, breeding the animals, raising them, trying to get as self-sufficient as we can, just trying to learn as much as we can and teach you guys as much as we can. It has been busy. And All Gone says, "Does the lake freeze over?" Yes, the lake turns to solid ice. We do a lot of ice fishing. We can skidoo on the ice. I usually make a skating rink out there and we go skating. It's actually fairly lovely. And Utman says, "Canadians, proud and free." And George says, I don't know who John Pork is. I feel like this is some sort of insinuation. I have no idea who this is, so I'm going to skip that. Spaghetti says, "That's the tiniest little goat in the world. She is about 10 days old, and she is a miniature goat to begin with. So she is a mini baby goat. She's a mini baby goat." And Mohammed says, "Self-sufficient is good, but hella hard it is. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work." Like I said, my house is like 17 degrees Celsius right now. Like, it's like, what would that be? It's roughly 60 degrees Fahrenheit, maybe a little colder, because I haven't got the wood stove going yet. And yeah, it's cold. And George says, "What a cutie." And Cindy says, "Hello, please, sir. Just humbly, can I send you some WhatsApp number?" So serious, no bad idea, just a simple job. I don't have WhatsApp. Basically, my only form of social communication is right on here, YouTube. And All Gone says, "How close to your nearest neighbor?" We're a few miles away. And Burundian says, "Hi, everyone. How you doing, Burundian? How are you doing?" Guys, I've enjoyed this chat. I've loved this chat. I've loved you guys. But I think I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes, any last-minute questions, because my house is cold. I'm cold. My goat's getting cold. And I haven't had supper yet. It's 7 p.m. almost. Up here in Canada where I am, and so I gotta get eaten. I gotta get food. So I've loved this chat. Last second, if you guys got any questions, I'm here to answer it. Otherwise, I'm gonna put her down. I gotta get her another bottle going soon. I gotta get myself some food. Louis says, "Cowboy hat looks so corny, but love the channel." I like the cowboy hat. It makes more sense when I'm outside, but when I come inside, it's like I'm holding a goat. I might as well just keep the cowboy hat on. I do have a head. My hair is very messy because I've been wearing a hat, but I do have a head underneath the hat. And yeah, Cindy says, "Okay, so how can we communicate?" I do have an email on here, but I can't immigrate you to Canada. This is this is beyond my means. Deb says, "Enjoy your evening and good to see you." Russ says, "Hey, Justin, sorry, couldn't reply earlier. I've been okay, still undergoing treatment, but doing okay. Always good to see you, my friend." Russ, I am glad you are here. It's always good to see you as well. And I know you're on a hard road, but just keep your spirits up and know that there's a lot of people, especially here on the internet, who are thinking of you and keeping you in our thoughts and prayers. All Gone says, thank you. Enjoy your dinner and evening. Burundian says, that is a child. Technically, it's a kid. Hester says, do you grow a garden? I didn't do a big garden this year. I just did some tomatoes, some garlic, some peppers. I did plant a bunch of apple trees, pear trees, plum trees, elderberry bushes. Next year is going to be the garden year. Next year, I'm going to go really hard on gardening. This year, I've just been getting so many animals that I've been focused on my animals. I've also not had the best health this year. I just had spinal surgery. And so I didn't want to get too crazy into the gardening with having my bad back and taking on all these animals. We're better now. The surgery went well. Yeah, next year is the gardening year. Next year, we go big. Next year, we go hard. And Mohammed says subbed. Burundian says okay. Mohammed says cheers, mate. And Chicken on Biscuit says nice skunk. It's actually a goat. It's actually a goat. Bah. And Russ says appreciate you, buddy. I will definitely catch you next time you're live. I know you're trying to get off for dinner. So till next time, stay safe. Guys, like, subscribe, check out our other content, and we will catch you another day. I appreciate you guys. We're gonna have to ask at some point. I'm gonna ask what my catchphrase should be. Should it be